I'm feeling left out. Either you feel left out, maybe you left someone else out and walked away from them. Even if this is emotionally, maybe somebody walked away from you. You could be walking away from a job or argument. What's the next biggest thing for Scorpio? Good job. It seems like you're trying to protect something. You know that your kid is watching, so good job. Or a young one, if this is not your direct child. It may take a lot of effort and a lot of work before you have this next big thing. Maybe you know this already because it hasn't popped out yet. But then you end up soul searching, and then you're realizing like this was the big thing. It was for you to soul search. It was for you to find some type of wisdom within yourself. Yeah. It seems like you had to go in to find some type of truth or solitude. You have to go to do something alone. But it takes a lot for you to get there. But once you finally get there, then this is when you realize that you already have the rest and recovery that you were looking for. You were just scared of like what happens next, and or if you were making the right decision to get it. So it may be a challenge that you're going through right now. You may have to make a decision, and or you're planning to make a decision and or take some type of action. You could be wondering, okay, is this creative opportunity the thing? Is this new love the thing? Am I doing the right thing for my child? You are. They have some type of clarity of what's going on and or how to heal something, or it seems like you guys are talking better somehow, some way, so good job. I feel like there's going to be some type of movement and or message about someone or from someone in your family that may cause a little bit of a burden. Maybe you feel like there's some type of effort on you because this person doesn't have a home or they don't have any type of stability. And so it's like secretly, I wish this person would make a decision about what they're trying to do with their life. Or I guess at least talk to y'all about what they need from y'all directly. I don't know. If you're waiting on a new start, oh, something was crawling on me. So if somebody's in your home or if you're in someone else's home, you're like, what is this? So something could be like, nah, this ain't my normal. I don't like this. If you're waiting on a new start or you feel like you're going through a new start or there's something that you're in your mind about, like, okay, should I do this? Will this help? Or whatever the case may be, don't allow some type of fear to guide you, okay? You made a decision to walk away from some type of burden and or you walked away from something that was just a lot. And so now that you were able to release this load, you're able to have some type of momentum that's actually going to make you happy. So continue with this path. Continue to work on this and release some type of baggage. You already have some type of clarity that you have this passion, this creative opportunity. It's just a test of faith until you get there. But it seems like it's going to be something that's worth protecting, something that's worth growing. You're going to enjoy it. I don't know if someone's catching you off guard or you're catching someone off guard, but it's like, what? Something just doesn't make sense. Like, let's talk. Make this make sense for me. Walk me through this slowly. Okay. What's going on for Sagittarius? What's the next biggest thing? Be careful. That could be some type of lies and or arguments, and it can escalate way more than it needs to. What's the next biggest thing? This could all be over a Virgo or a Leo, Cancer, Scorpio, Gemini, Aquarius. Alright, so the next biggest thing is there is going to be some type of success or positivity either from you, towards you, some type of joy, some type of happiness. But there's some things you got to go through to get there, okay? And again, this could be some type of lie or argument, some type of clarity comes after this argument. This could be related to your stability and something that's realistic and or if this person is dependable. Maybe they are reevaluating their options and or how they feel secretly. And something's coming to light. They've been watching and or waiting for some type of patience and or balance when it comes to a pregnancy. Or someone that they already have a child with. But someone could be in a relationship with two different women. And something's coming to light. Some type of gossip is out here. What does this have to do with you, Sagittarius? Where are you at? You're trying to be patient. You feel like you're gonna get caught? If this is not you getting caught, this is an Aquarius getting caught. Maybe you guys are working together. to isolate someone else. But somebody's like, oh, I just want to be free. I want to walk away from the police. I want to be able to walk away from the situation. So what can I do to get out of it? And maybe you're taking your time and you're like, okay, well, let me just make sure I do this, I do that. I don't know. This could be like a court system, or I don't know if you got caught up in a situation with someone. What's the outcome for this? I don't do legal readings. You may be in your emotions. Again, there's some type of disharmony, some type of argument, some type of like breakup and separation. There may be a relationship or a new baby, someone in your family. And somehow they're planning to regain something. I don't know. It's like somebody's worried about going to jail, but they're pregnant. It's like, if I have this baby, we're going to have a baby in a broken situation. If I keep going forward with this, or we need to get clarity on what we're doing, or we need to get clarity on what's next. If this is not necessarily going to jail, this is like somebody's unsatisfied with how things are progressing in a relationship secretly. And all the person that they're dealing with comes off as somebody who's charming and is a visionary. It's a burden to be with them. And they know that they need to make a choice, a hard choice. Okay, so some truth is coming out. Capricorn, somebody could be pregnant. Congratulations. It seems like right now you're trying to be patient. It's like, you know what? I'm going to surrender. I'm just going to let things guide me on how I should exist or how something should play out. What's the next biggest thing for Capricorn? You're going to be moving forward. You could be physically moving, getting a new car, and or just having some type of momentum. It's like, yes, I'm in high gear. Let me go ahead and feed off of this. You could already know that this was coming. If you're a reader, it seems like your channel or your progress could be growing, especially if you're a mother. Something could be going on with your mother. They could be having some type of issues when it comes to their body, physical therapy. Maybe they need to increase their strength. Some type of physical therapy is needed. Maybe they ask you to do their hair. Maybe they ask you for something soon. It's like, okay, well, I'm trying to get dressed up for an event, or there's something that's going on. If this is not your mom, this could be your niece that you're doing their hair. Maybe you're changing your own hair. Something about the color purple or yellow could be important. Green. Okay, so when it comes to you moving forward, it seems like there's some type of fight, some type of competition, some type of argument, and or maybe you feel like you are in the midst of trying to prove yourself. You could be overly fixated on trying to prove yourself. If so, maybe because you feel like you made a major investment, and or there's something that comes with this investment. Okay, so you're trying to be routine when it comes to your career and or what action to take. It seems like you do have the clarity on what's next. Okay, so just make sure you balance your emotions. Also, you could be low-key in some type of tension or issue with an earth sign. This could be somebody that you feel like is doing things out of routine. There's a fire sign around as well as a water sign. And maybe you're going to realize that they all were investing in something toxic. And honestly, even if this could all be men, it was a fire sign, it was a fire sign masculine, and water sign masculine, and an earth sign masculine. You also could be indecisive on who to choose next, who to date next. So you're like stuck and you're watching, you're waiting. You're also watching because it feels like a lot of people want to reconcile with you right now, and you kind of hold yourself back. There's people that you don't trust. When it comes to this relationship with this earth sign, this person that's a business person, this Knight of Pentacles, this person could be someone in your family though. You could be fighting with someone, a young person in your family, like a young earth sign. And or you're just finding some type of routine when it comes to work. But it feels like all is well. I got thumbs up over here. All is well when it comes to something with your work or your finances. Or maybe you're just kind of keeping quiet right now, or you're trying to learn something secretly. But it seems like your wishes are coming true. And you may keep that quiet once it does. Once something stabilizes. You also could be disappointed and walking away from anybody that you feel like is strategic. There's going to be a sudden change to some type of relationship once you get some type of decision or judgment. Once you hit some type of milestone, there's going to be also another change. Okay? Expect that. All right, Aquarius. Let's see. What's your next biggest change that's coming, or next biggest thing that's happening for Aquarius? All right. So there's going to be some type of secrecy going on. Some type of anxiety. Some type of illusions, emotions, and potentially deception. Okay? Now, here's the thing. You may have an illusion that something is not going to be as hard. Like, oh, that's not going to be hard to... I can recover from this tricking this person. I can recover from doing this. I can do this and that and not get away. Be careful, whatever this is. You have an illusion that something's not going to be a burden and that you'll be free from the situation, or it's like you won't get caught up and that you can manage something. All right? There is something that you're going to have to adapt to and or change. So just be prepared for that. But I feel like after this illusion, it seems like you will be able to put something down. Somebody could be caught up between two people. Secretly, sexually. This could be an air sign and an earth sign, an air sign feminine, earth sign masculine, or swap them. An earth sign feminine, an air sign masculine. Somebody's going through some type of financial issues and they're trying to make a decision right now. Be careful that you're not, it's like, oh, okay, I can scam, or I can just go steal something from someone. I can just go do this, and then you're thinking it's going to be easy, and it's not. Because if you, or when you get caught, you're going to have a judge, and they're going to be super fixated on why you thought that you had the skill, the idea, or whatever to climb this tree, and that you had a creative idea that you was going to run and get up out of there and just be like ready to watch the night stars afterwards. They're gonna be hard because look how she frowned it. It's like an absolutely hell to the motherfucking no. What did you think that this was? And if you were doing something against someone else who was trying to climb their own tree and do something creative, that's gonna be an issue as well. Especially if they were somebody that you were supposed to be giving love to, or maybe you felt like y'all were at one point in time, but that stopped. Maybe they felt like you were working against them, or you were working through some type of lie, whatever. They got some type of clarity about it, and they're like, I just need to take a step back from you. I'm done with this right now. I don't need to be in no type of grief. I don't need to have some type of like foundation of people, past people that I feel like it's just after some type of stability. Whole time I'm actually trying to balance relationships that are supportive. Either you or them, okay? But don't let nobody, if this is you, don't let nobody trick you into going back to them. Don't let nobody trick you into spending no money on them. Don't let nobody trick you into none of that shit. Sleeping with them, whatever the case may be. Don't do it. Pisces, you may be like, look, I don't have time for this. I'm trying to get something done. I'm trying to get something to work. I got a goal I got to reach, or you're trying to figure something out. So you may be very short on the phone, or just like, okay, what else? What else? Like, can we get to the point? All right, next biggest thing for Pisces. You're going to be creating some type of resource. You could be changing something, tweaking something. This could be about your routine and or a person. You could be ending a situation. This could be with the earth sign or water sign. A Cancer, a Scorpio, a Virgo, a Gemini. Maybe you feel like, okay, well, we've been doing this out of routine, so I'm about to create some type of change. I'm about to change my friends, change who I'm around, change my community, change where I live. You could be deciding something right now. You can feel like some type of friendship with a water sign or an air sign. It's like, it's a lot to get through. This person is very strategic. It's like if y'all get into an argument, they make you go through a lot of hurdles for you to prove yourself, and or even if you're right, it's like it takes a lot. Somebody also could have a baby, either a new baby or a toddler. This could be an air sign that has a baby. But if you've been dealing with someone that you feel like they be doing things out of routine, maybe you're a part of this community, like it's a third party, and you have a baby too, and you're confused on if this person can juggle or if you both can manage this and be both supportive. Maybe they're gonna say, "Hey, let's go out for a date night. Let's go out and just talk about it." They're going to be very charming, like, "Oh yeah, I am stable. Oh yeah, I can do this. I can do, I can manage my kids, or I can make sure that we have everything that we need." But they also could be fighting. This also could be because they're fighting with someone of their past or whoever they just got recently pregnant, or with a friend. There's also a past coworker around you, or maybe this is a past coworker. There's definitely two women out here. So you just have to balance your emotions and kind of figure out what you want, how you want your life to look. Because I feel like there's always going to be people in the mix, somehow, some way. Somebody could even be online, and I think you're just going to end up making a decision. For sure. You're going to realize that you have all the resources that you need, left or right. Again, you build your new community that people eventually that loves you. You're going to be confused about this friend, this past person, this child. If you can balance this, if you're going to have the support, I feel like the stability will be there, and or you may just have to tap into your savings. You'll date again, but this is after you go through some type of change, after you go through some type of stability change, or how you look at other people will change. And then this person will be conflicted on, like, okay, well, what about our family? Or, all that's going to play out. But you got to make a decision. Aries, you may feel like you're the last to know something. What's the next biggest thing for Aries? Okay, so it may take a while before you reach it. Whatever it is that you're trying to hit, whatever momentum you feel like somebody else has, whoever you want to send a message to for an opportunity. We'll go through all of this, but it seems like it may take a while, but the growth is there, especially when it comes to work or a relationship that you want to grow. Maybe you're trying to work with your child's mother, your child's father. Maybe there's also some type of details. I don't know if you guys are talking about finances or trying to split time, split custody or something like that, and you're realizing that there's some type of details that this person that you had a child with is toxic, or that this you're working with someone. Oh Lord. Okay, so it's like, you know what? I realize that the baby mom, the baby dad, whether it's your child or not, is toxic. So I got to figure out how I can work with this person and leave the other person out. Somebody created a toxic situation, so you have to figure it out based off of some type of lie. And you like looking at this other person, side eyeing them, like, why did you lie to the legal system? Why did you just go ahead and do this based off an argument? You could have just invested in something else. And it's like, oh my goodness, I'm trying to invest in my own strength to make sure that I got enough money for myself or my retirement, or I'm trying to make sure that I got enough something for my own health or whatever the case may be. And it's like, well, what the hell? So you could be giving love to someone who already knew that the person you thought was stable and their child was gonna have to create some type of opportunity for themselves because they didn't have no house, or they didn't have no stability to themselves. Whole time they were dealing with the fire sign out of love, or they got a new baby that they're trying to figure out is stable enough for them to have in order to go through some type of change, but they're not even communicating about that either. And they're secretly in their head because they don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, who's gonna walk away from them once this comes out? Okay, so progress. Okay, there is going to be some type of progress, but continue to keep moving. You have already made a decision, and or you're starting to see the decisions more clearly, so you have to, figure out how you can move forward. There is some type of communication and or foundation that's coming when it comes to an opportunity or a foundation for whoever this earth sign is. So they may have some type of momentum and or excitement about this message that comes in that's going to help them feel stable and or upgraded in their finances. You may feel like you have to support this person. At the same time, you're also trying to date your wife, your your friend or whoever in the community, so that way you guys can have a better relationship and that can be successful. So it's like, okay, you're trying to be strategic and or mastermind everything, so that way you see the value in yourself and or how you got things going. Overall, it seems like it's a little bit of a shit show just based off of somebody else.